Here tonight, the first step in what could be a defining year for Bayern München. Look like a back five out of possession. Bayern have been in monstrous form, and does this Sunday night have in store? Well, snow is falling all around us, teams are playing and having fun, and as we close the show on the role of favourites and underdogs clearly distributed, but could equaliser. Oh, we talk about taking Annabelle, shashing on. Cut back to Simon. Back out to Bühl. The red shirts lining up in the middle. What a season she's having. Corner short to Simon. Tanikawa! Sneaking in at the near post. Shot inside it. Had to improvise, capable of. One of the most technically gifted. Finds a bit of space, neat passing. Bühl wants it in behind from Tanikawa. Clara Bühl now able to drive into the box. Two weight in the middle. Bühl. Stanway. Back from Tanikawa, handball in the mix, and that's going to be a penalty that might be invaluable. Nazi. We just saw it popped up off of Stanway's foot. It was not in a natural position. Straightforward decision for Karolina Wacker, our referee. But it's Momoko Tanikawa taking charge. We got another, it was Pernilla Harder who missed hers. Bayern to take the lead. Tanikawa gets the better. Mother Nature might be wreaking havoc in Munich, but Bayern are back up and running in 20. Bavaria have a precious early lead, like on a nice cold sub-zero evening. 7 campus, courtesy of Momoko Tanikawa. As she joins Pernilla Harder at the top charts. Type of setback, handball that feels so avoidable. Very harsh on Leipzig, harsh on Norheim, but ultimately Caruso, Tanikawa, the 1-2 didn't work out. Tanikawa, there was a big tug on the shirt, but we're getting very handsy with the Japanese international. Who's on the ball again here. Through to Julie Gwynn. But maybe on a night like tonight, they will look for those. Luan Joly. They've lost out again, the high press from Bayern. Tanikawa. Oh, but play goes on, and here come Leipzig at the other end. Into the Bayern box for the first time as the corner. Or doesn't, so maybe it evens itself. If they lose tonight, an uncomfortable position to say the least for a side in Leipzig who had. It's a nice ball over the top, and they've got runners in the middle here. Leipzig to least, but boy is one of them. But Gwynn. That was nice from Leipzig. Shashing with the run in behind, and the early. Barkler calling to attack the player, and the ball is. Ooh. Stanway almost got caught short. Oh, loose pass from Joly. That's why Tanikawa's early penalty might be. Capacity of 15,000, and they believe they'll be able to pack it out most weekends as Clara Bühl, someone who draws the eyes and the attention. Cross to Tanikawa, and as well, she should have had a penalty for the foul on her inside the area. I mean, again, it's not the cleanest of defending. Harder makes a strong case in the end. A good way to break teams down. She wins it back. Oh, Harder's there. Can she convert? Scramble on the goal line. Wide. That's what Clara Bühl can do. The high press from Bayern is causing Leipzig all sorts of problems. She was looking for the killer pass. Marlene Müller in the The only bad news during the winter break, one departure and one future. After the 3-0 win against Leverkusen that suggested it was Lea Schuller saying good. Boy looking for Esquerstotich. Emilia Esquerstotich to Baum, teed up for Chmilins. Good play by Leipzig. Positive response to falling. Oh, Baum. Now she broke free. Bit back. The Canadian Footballer of the Year, Esquerstotich. There you get an idea of just how the snow is getting. Something tells me they might have a snow shovel or two out at half-time as Esquerstotich with the shot deflected. Oh, Mahmutovic for a corner. Tonight it stayed in play, but this is a sensational save. Bottom corner after the glance off of Esquerstotich's head. Half cross. Stanway's able to sort out the ponytail whilst getting to the loose ball, and what a cross at the end of it! Ah, of the ponytail. Oh. What a devilish delivery, and I tell you what, he goes underneath it. Tanikawa plucks it out of the air. Simon for support, but forced wide up. Leipzig not happy with where the free kick was taken from, but in the end, Bayern in front thanks to an early penalty. A handball by Andrea Norheim, converted by Tanikawa, and now looking for their second. Could have been really dangerous again. Bayern's game plan is clearly get to the byline, find those Stanway's departure. It's the fact that we never really got to see her link up with Lena Oberdorf. No one's fault, just the injury gods playing their part as Daumann strikes, blocked. Bayern have had chances since then. Tanikawa a handful, losing with the ball. Leipzig are playing some really nice football at times, and Boboy here with a chance to have a go on goal. And Leipzig, with these promising opportunities, just aren't. She probably doesn't get there because the snow's not there. It skips off the turf and probably finds the bottom corner, helping Mahmutovic in that regard. And as a result, Leipzig need to start doing better. Of course, due to the expansion to 14 teams, up from 12, they were always likely to outdo them on in the campaign, just past the halfway. A statement. So Bayern, when it comes to their Champions League quarter-final, whether they face Atletico Madrid again or Manchester United, as Boboy now has no pace on it by the time it gets to the Bayern goalkeeper. They did the domestic double for the first time ever last season. It was postponed with Karsai Siena's match against Wolfsburg. Both matches postponed due to unplayable pitches. Andrea Norheim against her fellow Wolfsburg started 2026 8 points behind. Excuse me, 6 points behind. Momoko Tanikawa's early penalty proving decisive in a hard-fought first half. But can they hold on to it or extend it in the second half? At the break, it's Bayern. instead of skidding them through the snow, then they might have produced an equaliser before the break. They had the chance. Bayern are the unbeatables from Bavaria, looking to make it 14. A structure put in place by Alexander Strauss in his 3-year tenure that produced 3 league titles and 1 cup win as well. But have a bit of freedom within her role, given her talent levels, to see where her talents take her. A good sight of the free kick, but they're looking to cross here. Simon floating it in. Jolie cross their 6-yard box, and Esgerstotich then trying to pick out Chmielewski and taken from by Marlene Müller. This game's so fascinatingly poised. Scoring goals for fun this season, but something tells me they're not going to have it as easy on that front unless Leipzig make mistakes like this. And oh, what a recovery. Yeah, the vulnerabilities from Bayern are there. Side low on confidence, 5 straight losses before Christmas. Not exactly the type of form you want coming into a game against Bayern, but then the winter break is the great reset. The ball right off the hip. What life in Bavaria is all about at this time of year. We've had a lot of snow this winter. The outlet pass goes astray for Bayern. Leipzig have advanced their lines. Now they look to press. Jolie's got to be careful. She's on a booking. Through with the high press. The long ball from Mahmutovic doesn't find its mark, and it almost broke. Ketz loses out. Esgerstotich goes to goal. Tested on that occasion. Had to get down low quickly. Angle all. Stanway, lovely ball out to Kett, right into the path of the left back, who is then bundled over unceremoniously by goal. One of those where you might just try and swing it in back post and hope to catch someone. Buhl, right into the danger area. Herzog didn't get there. Stanway to Kett, settles herself, strikes, deflected, and they're celebrating with Franziska Ketz, which suggests it might have been off a Leipzig player, but they double their advantage. Stanway did well to keep the chance alive. Kept the right idea to settle herself. The second might have been off Spitzner. In the end, it doesn't matter. Bayern 2-0 up. And then they will face the winner of Barcelona by the favourites. Barcelona should book their ticket to the semi-finals, and then it would be Bayern and Barcelona in the semis for a place in the final. And they've come a long way since then. Clara Buhl. Header on goal, Herzog, it's in. The night gets a little bit worse for Leipzig. It's a quick-fire double for Bayern. And on another night, has tried to level the playing field. The favourites have found another gear. This so decisive, with one of the easiest finishes of her Bayern career after Vanessa Gilles' header. Damjanovic, one of her first touches. The unbeatables from Bavaria are once again proving unbeatable. They can't overexpose themselves, though, in their bid to try and win the ball, because Bayern will put them to the sword. Here's Buhl, nice 1-2 to the byline, cut back, Damjanovic! Tanikawa, mentor and mentee. Bühl on the outside. Tanikawa. Lovely ball to Harder, flitting between the lines, trying to release. 14th time in 15 league games that they have scored 2 or more goals. The 13th time in 15 they've scored 3 or more. As Bernadette Amani's first real action as a Bayern player is to pick up a booking for that. That had yellow card written all over it, so no debate about the decision. Crunching challenge, but a fair one. Esquerdotir can't turn the corner. Tanikawa does a bit of defending. And that will be Clara Bühl's last bit of action at the campus on this Sunday night, as Barbara Dunst, such a brilliant player for Eintracht Frankfurt, when joining Bayern, talked about the chance to compete with Europe's elite. That Bayern were more vulnerable tonight than they have been most of this season, that they were more beatable because of Mother Nature's intervention, so to had a heart and a mouth. But that save she made when it was 1-0, after the deflection off of that woman, Glodis Vigolstotir, cracked the top 5, but a very good one, very, very good one. Best of the weekend. Force them to commit at the Bayern campus against Wolfsburg. Win that. After this weekend, SGS Essen will drop into the bottom 2. That is the defining aspect to get anything for your efforts, and anything as a result is a bonus in that regard. The games Leipzig have to win are against the teams in and around them at the Lina Harder, another night where she hasn't actually had a lot of goal-scoring opportunities. The best scrambled wide, one back. Kvin squeezes through 2. Amani losing the aerial battle, but Tanikawa then chips in. Dunst was trying to do, but the pass lacked the precision. Dunst atones to the poor through plays in play. Oh, Mahmutovic almost held on to it. The start of this season, but kept her out there on loan, and now they've brought her to Munich earlier than expected. Just enough. Pinging around though still. Back post it goes. Mahmutovic with a bit of a flap at it, kept in by my Kadovaki coming on. The curtain closer on match day 15, despite the fact that we had 2 games postponed. Has been a fascinating weekend season. Then earlier today, Werder Bremen, their top 3 hopes took a hit with a 1-1 draw on home soil against relegation-threatened Nuremberg in a rugby. How important it was to make a positive start to the new year. Damjanovic nodding it down, and Harder trying to make something up. Ket, nice turn to find Dunst. Quickly closed down. Skips past the challenge, Dunst. Now Tanikawa to Kvin. Still plenty of fight left in Leipzig. Vigolstotir picked up, but no shot at the end of it for Dittrich. Well, Mother Nature made it look more beatable than they've looked most of this season, but it is